Beyond the podcast of 1984. Beyond the podcast of 1984. Beyond the podcast of 1984.
Yo, welcome to Beyond the podcast of 1984. Once again, oh yes.
Yes, and we interrupt this regularly scheduled episode of Beyond the Podcast of 1984. A very strange episode. And if you don't like strange things, then you may want to perhaps skip this, yes? And go listen to something else like your sports and weather and political jargon, because that's not what this bloody show is about, mate. The other day I was walking down the street and I was minding my own business, and I began to hear a very strange sound emanating from somewhere. It sounded very muffled. It sounded like and I went over and I looked, and I did discover the sound was emanating from a what do you call those? Not in America, it is machines, a dispenser unit, I believe, that sells soda pop. And I got close up to it and I put my ear up against it. And I was just very, very confused. It sounded as if someone was trapped inside the machine. So I contacted my local authorities, and the police showed up, and it took a few moments, and they opened it, and there was a gentleman inside it. And apparently he somehow became trapped inside this, I discovered, a vending machine. He was trapped inside it, and the paramedics were speaking to him, and I overheard this.
Are you okay, sir? Can you feel your limbs? Are you all right?
And he stated, because he had been trapped for so long, obviously he could not move. But what he had been saying, as he looked upon me and my visage and spoke to me, he told me that what he was attempting to say, but because I could not hear him, for the muffling of not being able to speak, he was loosely translated as "help, help, my balls itch. Help, help, my balls itch." And I was rather uncomfortable, but it's apparently it appeared on BBC News, but I did reach down and I looked the other way and I gave him a good scratch, and he thanked me very much, and he gave me 1 shilling, 2 euros, 5 rubles, 1 peso, and 10 food stamps, and I was very grateful for that. So thank you very much, sir.
And, someday I hope to make my dream come true. I would really like to be a princess, and I know that it's possible that anyone can become a princess. If you're a man like myself, a very large, hairy man, but I'm not interested in surgical procedures. No, you see, I would just like to look up at the heavens and just ask ask the clouds, could you please turn me into a princess for a day? I just want to wear a dress and run around and sing songs and ride on the back of a unicorn Pegasus. That's all I want to do. I want to become a princess, a beautiful princess with big eyes and long flowing flaxen hair and a dress and high heels and other things that princesses have. Oh yes, and long fingernails. And if anyone tries to touch me, I will violently place my fingernails in their eye sockets and rip their eyeballs out.
So, kids, yes, we're right in the middle of another exciting episode of Beyond the Podcast of 1984. The problem with the show is it seems like it's almost been too serious. The Bizarre Alien it's just been too serious. But, you know, why don't you try having a microphone placed in front of your face and, and try to laugh. We hope you're enjoying this episode. Yes, you're right in the middle of this exciting episode. I'm also highly constipated right now, and I need some help with my problem. But I'm sure that nobody out there, if you're listening to this, would offer to help me fix the problems with my violent constipation. Oh, there it goes. I'm loose. Thank you.
That was the sound of a man falling down the stairs in very, very, very slow motion and hitting the bottom and exploding in detruncated frenzy in the most horrible, horrible way. Picture someone knocking a large 1,000-piece puzzle off of a table. A puzzle that someone took a very long time to put together, and then someone very rudely comes along and with the flip of the hand, so to speak, if that's the correct terminology, knocks it right off. That is this, pretty much this gentleman hitting the bottom of the staircase and going kaboom.
You're still afraid?
Stop it now! I mean it!
He's coming to get you, Barbara.
Stop it! You're ignorant!
He's coming for you, Barbara.
Stop it! You're acting like a
He's
child!
coming for you. Look, here he comes.
Now he'll hear you!
Here he comes now. I'm getting out of here, BCA. Tune in to BCA's Podcast Weekly on Beyond the Podcast of 1984. BTP 1984.com. Beyond the Podcast of 1984.
Beyond the Podcast of 1984.
Well, do you suffer from bowel movement problems? I do.
You know, I'm really wondering what in the heck is up with this episode. This is a really ridiculous episode. I mean, come on, you know, we understand, you know, a guy calls himself the Bizarre Alien, he should be kind of weird. He hasn't been really weird. He's just kind of blabbing on about stuff. I mean, some of it I think is cool. I like hearing about weird movies and Godzilla, things like that. I think it's pretty neat. I like that. Oh, excuse me. I also got problems down below. But yeah, we hijacked the show, and we're just having a good time here. I'm not taking any medications. I have a natural high. I like to wear different types of socks, different colored socks. Sometimes I wear like a green sock or a yellow sock or a blue one or a brown one or sometimes a purple one or a orange one or a yellow one or a striped one. I like to wear socks that look like cats. Those are real neat, but I can't wear shoes with them because the ears kind of push down on my foot. Oh, and it's uncomfortable. Oh, no. Anywho, you're listening to Beyond the Podcast of 1984. My name's Terry Barrell. And I also introduced an episode a couple episodes ago, and you probably didn't even think about who I was or am. I'm Terry Barrell, and I like to run walk, and I like to look at rocks. I like to touch them. Sometimes I like to kiss rocks. I like to feel the texture on my lips. It's real neat. I don't wash my clothes too often. Sometimes because I fart a lot, and I wear my underwear inside out if they feel too gross, and it's not bad. My mom gets mad at me and tells me, Terry, you should change your underpants more often, son. What does she know? I'm 36 and I live in the basement and I have computer time for about an hour on my mom's computer. Her name's Sandy. She's a real nice lady. She sits in a chair in the room and watches the TV a lot. She likes dramas and dramedies, and she likes romantic drama films. And pretty much anything that's drama, she really enjoys it. Sometimes I have to tell Mom I could see it. And when she asks me, well, see what? And when I tell her, well, I can see her privates. She wears a muumuu, and sometimes it's not all the way down. She gets real shocked, and I have to help her out of the chair because sometimes she gets so upset that she pees on the floor, and I have to help wash her off with a garden hose and have to bring it inside the house, and she has to try to get it to the bathtub shower bath. And once she was trying to get it to the bathtub and she slipped and fell into the toilet, and I had to take a towel to clean her, and it's a good thing that
Okay, thank you. You've been listening to, you have been listening to Beyond the Podcast of 1984. This is probably the worst episode we've done, but we wanted to do something a little bit different. My name is Fairy Bowels, and I love dancing. I like to do the tango. I love to attempt to break dance. I like to do a lot of things, but usually it's by myself because nobody likes me, and I'm actually glad because I think and to know that I'm a very pretty lady. Fairy Bowels is my name, and if you're looking for a good lover and a friend and someone who will listen to you and kiss you sometimes, and I will share my bubble gum and candy with you because you sound real pretty. But just get hold of me through the show, and I would like to send pictures of myself. If you could send pictures of you, also, I don't know you, but you sound real pretty, and I'd like to brush your teeth. And if your nose hairs or ear hairs are too large, I could shave them for you if you'll do the same for me, and maybe we could shave each other's backs too. That would be real pretty. I love you. Well, I better go now. I think the producer is getting kind of angry because this episode is. I don't know what he thinks, but it's pretty bad. Let me see how the batteries are. Yeah, it's going pretty good. I like shoes too.
Do you ever just sit down in the dark with a nice, tall, cold cup of water and watch television shows? I do. I like shows that show people doing things like talking and walking and smiling and frowning. I like I like the television. I like commercials because you could learn a lot of stuff about things. Like if you watch a commercial and it says side effects may include, and it tells you all kinds of things that you can get from side effects. I like that. That's real neat. And sometimes it's real pretty too. I like to watch, and I learned the alphabet from counting garbage bags in my basement. And sometimes when I would count, I would get scared and cry like a little girl because garbage bags, some of them were very large, like, the hefty garbage sacks. They would move. And I would hear sounding like a scream, and I got real scared. And I told Dad, and he got kind of mad at me and made me go up the stairs again. And he would say, "I will be right back, son." And I'd hear a loud thump, 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 thump after he went down the stairwell, and thump, thump, thump. And then I would go back into the basement, and there was a lot of ketchup on by the bags, a lot of ketchup. So sometimes I thought, what a waste, and I would take the ketchup with my spoon and a jar, and I would put it in the refrigerator. And Dad was kind of confused because he said he didn't remember buying ketchup and it was in a jar, didn't have a label on it that says what it's called. But I think it was ketchup. And basement is a real fun place to hang out. And I also would like to get rides when I would go on the street, and people would give me candy to give me a ride. And that was real nice. A free ride and a bunch of candy. And it was real neat. And I would get confused, because they would say, now you have to come down into my basement. And I didn't know these people. I liked the ride. I liked the candy. And they would get confused, and I would hear, sometimes it was two people, and I would hear them whisper, and I have very good hearing, and they would say, why is this man still awake? Well, because I found out it wasn't candy, and it tasted terrible, but I liked it, and I would eat it, and I would just get out of their van and say, thanks, baby, I could hang out again some other time. And they would get real mad, and someone called the police and they would go to jail. I like shoes. Thanks. Okay, what telephone number is this?
My name is Richard Stitch, and I am a 72-year-old man who likes to wear I wear a dress, and I like collecting dentures. Sometimes I will I don't people say it's stealing. I find dentures in people's houses sometimes late at night, but I like dentures. I like fake teeth, are real pretty. I have them in jars in my home, upstairs in my attica, and I like they're my friends. I like the dentures. I like teeth. I kept all of my tooths when I was a little girl. I took all of them out with my hands, and mommy would say, "Don't you want to give that to the teeth fairy?" Like, no, those are my teeth. So I have all of my teeth since I can remember, since I came out of mama's privates when I was born. And I like gospel music. Oh, sorry if I sound weird. My dentures are falling out. I wear dentures over my teeth. And sometimes I swallow the super glue and have to go to the doctor's appointment, and they make me get sick. Yuck. I like dancing, and I enjoy gospel music because I like songs about the Lord. Oh, darn, my dentures are falling out again. Times I wish I could just break all my teeth and wear dentures instead. I feel very comforting wearing these. I can't talk. I just wanted to thank the people on this website or TV show, however you call her, for having me live about my life. I'm a very pretty lady, and I like marbles, and I like basements, and I really love ketchup. But I forgot to tell you all one more last thing. That ketchup tasted really gross. It didn't really when I was 14, I bought ketchup with my allowance, and I don't think that was ketchup. And I asked Dad, and he threw up on me, and we never talked about that thing again. He went to prison. I'm not sure why, but I love Jesus, and I like gospel music. It's real pretty.
One thing that I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. My name's my name is Bathtub, and people ask me, why the heck would you call yourself Bathtub? Well, I am a punk rocker, and I love people. I love rock and roll music. I love heavy metals. I listen to Motley Crue's Traveler Presents the Groove Sergeant. I also I like sandwiches. I'm in a heavy metals punk rock band called Pukin's Tube. And it's a good heavy metals punk band. We sound like the Scorpions, a Motley Crue, the Sex Pistol, Ramones, and other punk rock and heavy metals, Whitney Houston, speed, thrash, death metal, Cannibal Corpse, poop devil music, and my mom doesn't like.
Okay, folks, this has been absolutely ridiculous. I hate television. I hate commercials. I don't care about celebrities. I don't care about underwear. I don't wear underwear. I like it loose. I like the baggy pants. And sometimes I get in trouble by the police. And you have to wear your underwear. Shut up. Don't tell me what to do, bacon bits. And I think that lollipops are good and I could eat them. And I like my hands. I have 2 hands and they're real deep.
Okay, you've been listening to Beyond the Podcast of 1984. And I hope that you have enjoyed listening to this episode. Did it make any sense? I'm sure it didn't for you. But being that I am the bizarre alien, why would I call myself the bizarre alien if I wasn't bizarre? And those were some of, I don't know if I want to call them my split personalities because I don't really believe in any of that stuff. I have worn my underwear inside out once. Many, many years ago, I tried to, how can I put this in a mature way? I attempted to give myself a blowjob. Oh my God, I said that. Oh no. And I hurt my back. And that's all I'm going to say, but that's a true story. It felt like a job. I was unable to accomplish my job. And I didn't actually blow myself, Because when you picture blow, that's what's funny about the word blow job. You picture this. I'm working. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. And I don't make sense. And let me explain something to you right now, kids. Sometimes people have told me that I'm really confusing that. I don't get to the point. But you know why I don't get to the point? It's because I am a freaking mutant. And my dream woman is an alien. And I'm now speaking with the utmost of seriousness. Ha 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 ha. At this very, very late night, morning, something or other. This has been the Bizarre Alien speaking to you with all seriousness, saying, thank you for listening to my show. This episode was sponsored by Adult Diapers, reversible underwear, courtesy of Food Fortunata, and Cat's Butts. And yes, I have seen many of Cat's butts. I like to call my cat's butts the Sarlacc pit whenever, especially my kitty Taz, I wake up and I look over and his butthole is right there. Cats have a habit of doing that, so guess what? You need to deal with it. So, yeah. I'd like to say that I hope you enjoyed this episode, but quite honestly, I don't care if you did or not. If you did, you did. I'm a weirdo. I give thanks to all weirdos in the world of art, music, film, comic books, noise, art. I just said art, didn't I? Art equals fart. Well, thank you always for helping to shape me into the mutant creature that I am. And it's been a couple episodes since I stated this, but if my dear, beautiful space lady is out there and you hear this episode, please come home, take my cats and I, and take us with you, and let's go on cosmic adventures because I'm very lonely. And, yes,
we're going to cut this episode short because it's late. I can't think straight. And I believe that there has been enough strange alien whatever something or others placed into your head, along with the earwigs that are crawling into your ear right now. Okay, yeah, wow. Okay, man, I'm out. So nanu, stay pants. Thanks for listening to my show. And on a serious note, got a few more episodes coming out, and that's the end of this season. So thanks to everybody that's supported the show. You can leave comments at btp1984.com. The same initials there, .buzzsprout. We would love to hear from you. And we have lots of buttons also. So if you donate any money, you can get buttons. I also have a comic book that I did. So, hey, if you're interested in anything, my noise, whatever, the show. But most importantly, we would love to hear your comments, both good and bad. And speaking of bad, I feel like crap. Not really. My brain's not working, so stay pants, keep the filth, and until next time, have fun and keep watching the skies. Bye-bye. Oh.
Beyond the podcast of 1984.
Beyond the podcast of
84. What is this?
It's Beyond the Podcast of 1984.
Well?
It's just BCA.
Better not be. I warn you, for many years, I have been training as an acrobat. Know a lot of tricks.
Well, then show us on btp1984.com.
Of course I wouldn't. Hey! Well.
BCA finds it very hilarious. Maybe you could tune in and listen to the show, btp1984.com.
Sure. What do you think I am? A fake?
Are you a diehard fan of Beyond the Podcast of 1984? Do you want to show off your love for the podcast in style? Well, look no further. Introducing our exclusive podcast merch line. From t-shirts that will make you the envy of all your alien friends, to hats that will keep you looking freaky while repping your favorite podcast. We've got everything you need to take your Beyond the Podcast of 1984 fandom to the next level. So don't wait. Head to btp1984.com now and grab yourself some podcast merch before it's all gone. And remember, wearing BCA's merch will automatically make you funnier and more attractive. Get your Beyond the Podcast of 1984 merch today and join BCA's podcast revolution.